Hello everyone, and welcome to another live session here at Design Cuts with the wonderful Jimbo and Tea at ShoutBAM. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hi.
Hello, we're good.
We're great.
We're pretty good.
We're happy to be back.
Yeah, it's been a long
awesome
time.
to see you. It's always awesome to see you. It's one hell of a product, isn't it? I mean, it's crazy. It's such an undertaking to put something together that was so difficult, to make something difficult easy, you know, which you have done. I think in this product, it's one heck of an undertaking. So
actually, if you guys go to my Instagram post today, I poured my heart out, because it's been stressful. You know, it's been stressful. I calculated, and there's over 2,000 individual boxes, and it's like, you know, everyone in the co-working space, because right now we are in a co-working space, and everybody knows us right now because of the boxes.
If you want to check out the pack, do click on the green button. It's an absolutely awesome pack, beautiful presentation as ever, and you're going to learn about loads of different perspectives and projections today with Jimbo, which is super interesting. I think Jimbo, you learned a lot as well whilst creating this product, which is super cool.
There is a lot of perspectives and views and, you know, different kinds of stuff. First thing you have to know is that it might look overwhelming because there is a lot. But in this set, we just didn't do a normal workbook like we've done in previous sets, but we've also done it's actually over 100 minutes of video material, and it's divided awesome, in different episodes that now I'm going to show you. We have it in our website.
So it's like a product with a course bundled in, really, because that's an incredible amount of content. Yeah, that's longer than a lot of Skillshare courses are. So that's awesome, man.
Sort of, yeah. And each of them. Well, now I'm going to introduce it to it. Okay, so the Easy 3D Lettering Builder. You can see here what it has. It's just a bunch of stuff. And there is over 400 brushes and guides. Now I'm going to tell you how the guides work, because again, as I said before, it might be a little bit overwhelming when you look at it and you see all these things going on, but you're going to see that it's really easy. Also, we've included a lot of brushes to make your shading easier. So especially when you add the lights. Yesterday, we started having the first people that used already the workshop and the mini course. And I was really overwhelmed of like how good it was, because it's actually, you're going to see that, you know, it's quite easy to add all these shadows and all that. Anyway, so again, and in today's session, I thought that maybe the best thing we could do is I'm going to introduce you to all the perspectives and views in 5 minutes. You can see here in the screen that this is a 2-point perspective, this is a 1-point perspective, and this is a 3-point perspective. So usually when we are doing different letterings in 3D, we don't even think about these things. We think that, you know, we're just going to add some easy shadows and some, you know, easy 3D perspective, and it's going to be good. But you can see that the differences are huge in between one and the other, right? So if you work for clients or if you work for personal projects, you know, this can really change the way people see your work. So, and that's the whole, you know, intention of this. The workbook is divided in 6 episodes, actually 7, that you're also going to see inside. And then there is the mini course divided in 5 episodes. I'm not going to show you more of the presentation, but I'm going to go to our website where we are hosting the mini course. So once you get the pack, you put the password and all that, and you get into our website. And here we've divided this thing in 5. So I'm just going to show you for a second what's up here. So in the first video, there is a little bit of an introduction. We tell you a little bit how the workbook works. And then inside the workbook, especially in the intro, there is some exercises that are better when we guide you through them. So here we are introducing you to Procreate even. It shouldn't be a part of the set, but I thought that why not? We can, you know, do a little introduction for things that we might need later on.
That's cool, man, because one of the questions is this good for like a kind of beginner at Procreate use the pack? But it sounds like you've got that covered.
Yeah, because, you know, I was recording all these things, so I thought let's get a bit of the all these little parts that Procreate has, and it's like 5 minutes of me going through it a little bit, and so yeah, it is for beginners, and also for advanced level people. And here there is a little exercise on how to do the certain things, blah blah, and then here we do a bit of the perspectives. And then I'm just going to introduce you to one of these ones. This one is a little bit more. So now that we know the basics and all that, we are getting into the fun part, which is a 1-point perspective. We also included 2 alphabets. So even if you don't know lettering, you can just stamp the letters and make them into 3D. So, and this is what we're going to be doing today a little bit. So here I introduce you how to do one of the letters, and then I put you a little bit of a time lapse and a bit of how to do the little touch-ups in the end of the like, for example, here we're creating a poster for a movie, let's say, and I'm also showing you how to add the last textures and all that. And there is the 2-point perspective. There is also the 3. And then in the end, we are doing a little bit of an episode that is about axonometric lettering. And probably people here would know better axonometric when I say isometric, because the axonometric has 3 views inside that we are also covering, and we also have guides for in the pack. And here we are seeing them all. We are seeing the differences. We are seeing the brushes that we've given. And then here we are taking a piece that we did with one of our sets in the past called this Layout Lettering Masterclass. And we are putting inside a 3D word using, I think I'm using a trimetric or a dimetric. I'm not sure right now. But yeah, that's it. That's the introduction. So
Awesome. Incredibly in-depth as well. It's such an amazing product, Jimbo. You can see you've just poured your heart and soul into this for many, many, many months. How many months now?
I don't know. I think
lot,
we yeah, I think it's been like, no, but
Since February maybe.
no.
Yeah, it was towards
but
the beginning of the year, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, I think something like, but I remember, Matt, that we were talking about this set last year already.
We did, yeah.
And I already had
materials.
We already had some materials, but we realized that it took a lot of studying, as I'm saying in today's Instagram post. So we were like,
we learned a lot as well.
We were like, we cannot do this set right now. We need all these theory.
And then we need to like understand it in order to kind of put it a bit simpler.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
So we got into this. We even were reading about architecture. I mean, Matt has helped us a lot, and like he was sending us websites as well with like weird stuff. And yeah, but guys, we learned a lot. So that's for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do today a little bit. So I was thinking that, okay, obviously we won't have time to do a complete full piece because there's a lot of bits that we will need to do. But I'm gonna try to show you at least a couple letters, how to shade them. Also, I'm seeing that now there is Thea opened the question. Might be that there is, here a mistake here, because I saw that there was something.
Maybe a folder missing. We need to have an update. Maybe check it out, because we will be honest and say that the last day of like putting this out has been very stressful, and it might be that we kind of foreseen something, so we have to.
No worries. So we'll get that updated ASAP and reach out to you with the customer service team. Not a problem at all. We'll get it all sorted.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's so many things that but we'll get it updated as soon as possible. Don't worry, because we have it all, but okay, so now I'll show you a little bit of the the grids and the brushes and how that works. But before that, I wanted to show you something else, because this was something that we didn't mention in the presentation, and I think it's important. There's one episode that we were not intending to do, but then in the end we put it, and that's been probably the most complicated one. It's about letters, lights, and shadows, but the way that architects do it. So it's kind of a bit complicated. You might get overwhelmed, but we put it as an extra episode just in case someone wants to go a bit deeper with it.
It's just that shadows, it's such a complicated matter.
It's a complex,
depending on the light source, a lot of things.
So here we tell you a bit the kinds of lights, and then where does it come from, depending on the the day,
the time of the day, the season, the place on earth you're standing, a lot of things.
There's also a few exercises.
So we didn't go. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, we didn't go like very much in depth, which we kind of like did a bit the intro of it, and then if you want to like get more in depth, then you can like research on your own. But we just wanted to like show what kind of shadows there are and what it depends on, and how you can maybe even start getting into it. Yeah.
And here also like a few different 3D parts, so you can get a bit of a sense of different letters. And okay, that's it. I just wanted to show you this one, but but in general you can see that these are all the episodes. Okay, so let's go back here. Right now you can create a canvas of I would say 2000 pixels square, something like that. You don't have to complicate it so much. The bigger the better, obviously, because the boxes have a lot of detail. Because there is different parts of the boxes that are the visible ones, which is going to be the letter in front, and then there is the dashed lines in the background, which are going to be for the 3D parts in the background. So
I think maybe you can start with like a simple 3D box.
I can start with a simple 3D box, and then we can move on.
So it's like easier to follow.
Yeah, and then I would say, what time is it now? So it's 23. So I would say like in 7 minutes we can do a poll. Matt, what do you think?
Oh, I'm just setting it up as we speak.
Oh,
okay, you can set it up. Yeah, you
were so precise.
I'll get it ready to put out.
You can definitely set it up. Yeah. So, okay, so there's, as I said before, a bunch of boxes. If you don't want to get lost, I would say that you can start with the simple 3D boxes. Okay, they are divided. The simple 3D boxes are divided in depth and also in the size. So there is boxes that are square and medium depth. Then there is the large depth. So you can see here, large depth, medium depth, and then there is also the small depth here. Okay, you can also step one, and I don't know, you could also, if you want to do something cooler, you can also like build them up, and you can put as many as you want.
For now do one.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's a possibility. And then there is the 4, 5 you can see, and then there is the 2, 3, which are boxes that are.
We already prepared like 2 alphabets, one for a square box and one for a
2,
3. So basically, for this exercise, you can just like stamp it in size. You don't have to actually make a letter.
Yeah. So, and this is for practice. I mean, if you want to do your own pieces and you have time, obviously we encourage you to do lettering.
But to learn the 3D or just to follow along, also, I think it's maybe easier.
Also, I think it's really important that, maybe for typographers out there or just graphic designers, they don't have to know lettering. It's not. You can use fonts to do 3D. Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the, yeah. You can also use.
But I mean, if they don't know lettering, then you guys have made loads of awesome products to help teach them that, like layout, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, which work perfectly with this product. Yeah,
exactly. That the 3 of them are kind of like a master in.
Basically, you come with a kickoff, then through layout, then to this one, and
that's
you're done.
Yeah.
So here we have, for example, this is a 2, 3 letter, and then we can just adapt it a little bit here. And then, you can see we can finish it adapting because some letters are a bit different because of the alphabet. Okay, so now let's say that I'm gonna choose like a random box. Let's say I'm gonna go to the simple boxes, and I'm gonna go here. It's okay if you get lost. I get lost too. I don't even know which boxes we made. It's been so long. So I'm gonna get the small depth one down here, and I'm gonna stamp it. you can see that they've been like, we've been playing a lot with the space, so you can do any kind of composition like from anywhere that you would see these things. So, you know, just bear in mind that there's a bunch of them. So, okay. Wait, I should.
Nita's just saying in chat how much easier you've made the work for everyone by putting this together.
So for doing a 3D, it's just, okay, let's say I'm going to choose the alphabet. I'm going to go here to the P. I'm going to stamp it here. And then once we are here, I'm going to go up here. And then.
Well, for the purpose of this box in particular, we need to distort the letter a bit.
Yeah. So we're going to go up here to this little arrow up there. And then we're going to tap on distort. And then we're going to distort the letter so it touches all the corners of the box. So
exactly.
Now we have it here. I'm going to just. Also, if your letter is not getting distorted well, I'm going to show you now why. So now we have it here. Boom, done. Make sure that you turn off the snapping tool down here, because yeah, it's just, if you keep it, it's just gonna do like, you know, it's gonna try to adjust it in a different way. So you want to turn it off like that. Done. Okay, now that we have this, we're gonna duplicate
it. Maybe change the color of the first letter.
Okay.
So there is a distinction.
And now the first letter could be, let's say,
yeah, this pink is
pink.
nice.
And then we're going to bring the second layer in the background. So just like.
And you're going to put it at the end of this, like at the back side.
Yeah. So now I'm just going to show, I'm going to bring the opacity down of this so you see what's happening. You see that there is some dashed lines in the background. So that's the back side of the box. So that's where you're going to place this. So the duplicated letter, which is going to be the depth of the letter. Yeah. So you place it there. The whole set works like this, no matter what perspective you're using. But if you know these basics, then you're good to go. So I'm going to bring up the opacity. And now the last thing that I want you to do is to grab. We've also given some texture brushes. And with this, you can do everything you see in the presentation has been done with these brushes. So just everything. There is nothing extra. So just go here. Tag is telling me like the camera is there. It's not there. Sorry.
So now you are actually creating the 3D, no? Yeah. You're connecting the dots.
Yeah. Matt, we're here, right? Everything is good?
Everything's all good. Everything's all good. Right. I'm just mesmerized by what you're doing, Jimbo. I'm just watching because it's like the first time I've actually seen you use the kit. So I'm like,
that's true. Okay, so now we have to join corners, right? And this is something that I explain in depth in the mini course. But this would be a corner, and then this would be another corner. Okay, so we are selecting the letter in the background. And now we're just gonna join the corners. If you've been in any of our sessions, you have seen that 1,000 times, because that's how we do it. Here you can adapt it a little bit better. You can see that they're a bit off, these lines down there, but it doesn't matter right now. And then nothing, just close this, and then the last corner is gonna be this too. So
basically, you're just
boom, done.
Closing all of the edges of the letters. And
now we have this, right? For example, in the piece that I've been showing that I'm going to do today, it's basically something like this. And then let's say that we join these two letters and we duplicate them. Then the one in the background, we can bring it here. And then let's say that, and I'm going to show you better how to do this, but if you add a clipping mask and then
you put a texture,
you put a bit of a texture, you're going to see that this already starts looking like it has some
maybe
depth.
Black on, sorry. Yeah.
Very cool.
So you can see that, and these brushes are super, super, super easy to use.
Yeah.
So you see, we already have
So
something
quick.
here. Yeah.
So quick.
So let's delete this. And now I'm gonna show you what kind of perspectives we have in the set and how to use them. So you go to, now the simple box is done. Now we're gonna go to the 1-point perspective. Okay, so each perspective has been divided into a center cross, a grid, and then here there are several compositions for several words with different letters, with different amount of letters. So the first ones are for a 3-letter word. You know, you can.
So we made it from 3 to 9-letter words.
Yes. There's some extras here. Like I think there's one that has 12, but you know, words that are more than 9 letters usually don't tend to look so good in 3D because there is too much. So that's why we kept it at 9. Obviously, we could have done, what's this word? This long word that says like.
I cannot remember the name of this.
Califragilisticexpialidocious, something like that. It doesn't matter, but since we don't.
The Mary Poppins word.
The Mary Poppins word. Yeah.
Califragilisticexpialidocious. There we go.
That's the thing. You cannot probably do that, but you can find a way.
I mean, you can.
You can with simple boxes and axonometrics, but we're gonna see that after. Okay, so so you can see here that there is a lot of compositions also for letters that are 1-1, 4-5, and 2-3.
Exactly.
Okay. So,
and there are like different compositions for each.
Exactly.
Oh God.
Whatever you're gonna say.
Yeah.
There's different compositions for each size of the word boxes. It doesn't matter. Okay. It's summer, guys. I mean,
it's summer,
I know.
and our brains are scrambled eggs.
Mine's completely melted. It's been melted for weeks, I think.
Yeah, there you go. So you understand this. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to add the center cross. So you just select it, tap it, put it in the middle, done. And now you go again up here to the what's the name of this tool? I keep forgetting the selection. No,
the moving tool.
It's not called that. I will put it in the set, but I don't remember. Someone can help us. The arrow. I'm having a little computational problem. It doesn't matter. You go to the arrow, and then you go down here in snapping. That's something you're gonna need now. So you go to settings and then turn on magnetics and snapping. Okay. So
what this does is kind of like
now you can
tells
center
you
this.
where the actual center is exactly.
So you move and until you see the yellow line, and then you do this for the vertical and for the horizontal. And we are done. So now we have this in the center. Now create a new layer.
Transform tool.
Yeah,
yes,
transform
thank
tool.
you.
Thanks, Soraya. Thanks, man. Okay, so now you go to the grid. So now we have, again, like these are the sizes that we were checking when someone asked, right? So you can get also this size, and then you stamp on the middle, but you're gonna see that it's kind of cut here. So I'm just gonna go with the bigger one, and then I'm gonna stamp this in the middle.
This is a smaller one.
This is a smaller one, sorry. So there you go. Now we've got this. Now, new layer, and now the world is yours. So now let's say you want a word that has, let's say, up to 5-letter word, and I'm gonna explain why it says up to. So you create a new layer now, and then you stamp this. And now again, I'm just gonna go with the third, even though okay. So now we have these boxes, and all of them have. So all of them are going to the center because there is just one vanishing point. Okay, this is for the 1-point perspective. For the 2-point perspective, there is 2 vanishing points, and for the 3-point perspective, there is 3 vanishing points. Okay. So
this
now,
is all explained in the kit. So
so don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So now, if you bring the guides down a little bit, and also the cross, now it's good because we see the box better. So here we could use just 3 boxes. We could use 1, 3, 4, up to 5. Then if we erase this one and we want something way longer, we could do a 9-letter word. Now we have a square composition, so it's not going to work pretty well. But we can just so you see what happens.
I feel like
We have
you know, like when you're in New York. I don't know if you've been into New York and you've been up some of the really high buildings there, but you look down and this is what it's like. You look down, you're like, whoa.
Yes.
Awesome.
Actually, yeah, it would be cool to actually draw some buildings here for sure.
Really cool.
So here you have 9 letters up and 9 letters down. Some
so
of them
you
are
can choose which one do you prefer, or
some of them are mirrored. So yeah, it's just really up to you. So okay, now we're done with the first one. Let's go fast to the second one. The second point perspective. Okay, you have to do the same. Remember, just go stamp the cross in the middle. I'm not gonna now,
do the snapping,
and all that. And then here you can add this one. I'm gonna add it a bit smaller so you see this is 2-point perspective, and you can see that there is lines that are going to a couple points, vanishing points. Okay, so now again with the new layer, now we can choose, let's say, up to 5-letter word, and then put it here. Okay, so you can see that the feeling of this is a bit different again.
Nishrin's saying this is really clever, and it is. It's just absolutely awesome.
Oh, thank you.
So cool.
It took actually weeks to realize what can we do so it actually becomes easy. So yeah,
amazing.
Then we have the 3-point perspective that we can just stamp. Tell you want to
this
say
one?
something?
No, this one is like, I think, the trickiest one.
Yeah, it's a little bit more complicated.
Yeah.
So let's say we have
but it looks
here,
cool.
And then here, for example, is really important that you have the center cross, which I forgot now. And now I'm going to tell you why. So you stamp this in the middle here, and let's find the center, and here. Okay, now new layer, now grid. This grid, you actually don't see where the center of the whole thing is because it's a triangle. In the other ones, you could see the center. It was easier. But here, you see, you're going to see that. I'm going to check. I'm going to do a smaller one. Okay. Because now, when you... Yeah, go ahead.
Not that now, since there's a third vanishing point, it's not set on the horizon, which is the horizontal line. So therefore, we cannot like place it exactly in the middle.
Yeah. So I'm going to choose the up to 6-letter word so we get something bigger. And then what happens if we don't have the center cross? That we're going to stamp it, and this is just going to go whatever. But since this has been calculated mathematically, when you go to the third layer and you go to the center cross and you stamp, boom, you get it exactly where it was supposed to be. Some of them are a bit more to the left, a bit more to the right. But let's put, for example, this one that is a little bit different. Boom. That's it. In here, for the person that asked if the sizes were here, it really matters, because if you use something bigger, then the boxes are going to go somewhere else. In the first and second, it's not that important, but here is really key for you to use the same little tick boxes there. If you guys see that you don't have these little 4 points up here to the left,
update.
You can update your Procreate for free, and you're going to get it. So now, again, really fast.
But there is
yes,
a girl, a woman, Maria Campagna, that says that she actually teaches perspective to, I don't know, kids, maybe, I don't know. And it's super nice because she's working on a Procreate class.
That's so good.
Oh, this is so good.
That feels so good, because I'm telling you that 2 months ago, we had no idea. I mean, we studied some perspective in university, but it's been so long. So thank you. This means a lot.
And
okay, so
just an awesome comment from Rachel as well, which says, just when you think they can't create a more awesome pack, ShoutBAM never disappoints. It's so nice. Thanks, Rachel. That's so cool.
Thanks, Rachel. Oh my God.
That's lovely.
Thanks. Okay, so in the Isometric, again, you also have the tutorial. You can check that out at home peacefully. But this works a little bit different. And for that, we've prepared, so inside the Isometric views, you can find Isometric, dimetric, and trimetric. Now, this is a pattern, so you can spread it as much as you want,
and it will create it.
and it will create the grid. So you can use. Let's try with the dimetric, and you can just spray it. If you want to change, because for example here now this is too big for the canvas, so go inside, and I also explained this in the tutorial. But if you go here and then you go to grain, you can scale this texture down, and then when you go, you're gonna see that it's
smaller.
Yeah. So now here you can do the supercalifragilistic whatever that, because here you have to create your own compositions. So you have the dimetric grid pattern, and then now here you can start in the size you want, create a new layer, and you can start stamping your boxes. So there is also there, it doesn't have to snap perfectly, okay? This is just a guide for you if you want to create new objects, or so I'm just going to turn it off a little bit more. But then here we've included again different depths, different sizes, and also different sides. What I mean by sides is that you can go ahead and stamp different boxes that can go really well together. Again, the sizes in the left panel are really important, because if we keep it in the same size, all the letters are going to be the same.
Proportional, yeah.
So now we can stamp the large depth on the other side, and we can, well, this was the same layer, but again, it doesn't matter. Just going to put it somewhere here. But this is just an example to see that you can basically put your letters around in any angle, always, of course, following the grid. Okay, so now we have all this. Here are the alphabets. So now let's see the poll. What kind of lettering do you want me to start today? Because we have not a lot of time.
I think,
but
I'm so sorry.
You can talk.
No, maybe to do the letter, maybe repeat the 3D and put the lights and shadows. But yes,
okay.
Let's ask people.
So yeah, the poll is in. What kind of perspective would you like, or would you like the axonometric? Axonometric's flying ahead.
Oh my God, this is so interesting to see.
Yeah,
it's cool, isn't it?
I have to take a video of this.
3.0.
Look at this. Oh, axonometric is winning.
I think it's going to win.
Yeah,
it's a cool perspective, right?
Let's 3-point perspective getting there. Okay, I think axonometric wins.
I think so. I think it's the winner.
Yeah, that's it. You can stop it now. Okay.
Cool, man. Cool. Okay. Thanks, everyone. That's so cool.
We cover all of them inside the pack. So yeah, just that. Also, I just wanted to shout out to Johannes, because he's done such incredible piece with the pack.
Oh, well, it's true.
He's done a poster for the movie Vertigo.
Yeah.
And
it's so cool.
Oh my God.
It looks very nice.
And also shout out to my friend Max.
Yeah.
He also
was a tryout, a tester.
And there's another one, yeah. But you have to see the testers work. It's incredible. So let's do an axonometric piece. Yeah, let's go for it. So again, remember that this technique is the same with all of them. So if someone voted for the 3, it's exactly the same. You just stamp it, as I said, and just go ahead and do it. For this exercise, obviously, we're going to use the alphabets because we have no time. So let's do an axonometric piece in 10 minutes. Yeah? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so Thea, now you're going to choose isometric, dimetric, or trimetric? Isometric. The most boring one. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, so now
that's it. You're gonna get it later. Scrolled up.
So Thea, 4-letter word.
Oh God.
3-letter word. We don't have time for more.
Poop.
Okay.
I don't know. It's the first thing that came to my mind.
Do you need to go to the toilet?
No.
Okay.
No.
about fun
Matt.
or luck? What about luck?
Fun. Okay.
Fun.
Fun is
or
a good
luck?
word.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Fun's a good word. Let's
Hoop
have
was
fun.
kind of cool, though, I gotta say. Okay. And now, Matt, you choose 1-1, 4-5, or 2-3.
Oh, 2-3.
2-3, and the word is fun. Okay. So randomly, I'm gonna create a word. Okay. So just totally randomly, I'm gonna add.
I'm happy with 2-3. I think that's a good one.
Okay, good. So yeah, it's, and the alphabet looks good as well with the 2-3. So
Nice.
okay, so random box here. Now I'm gonna put a random box that has a bit of bigger depth, but is here. Let's say I'm gonna use this one. Boom. And then the third one is gonna be something that goes on the
Johannes is
other.
on fire. He suggested pop.
Oh, pop
That's a
is.
very 3D
I
word, isn't
like
it? Pop. I like that as
Yes.
well. I really like that.
Yeah. Boom. Done. So now move them around a little bit because they don't have to block each other so much. So let's say
Can put it a bit to the right. Yeah.
somewhere here.
I was thinking maybe a bit to the right. Yeah, like this. No. No, you don't like it.
I kind of do, but
Okay.
no, I do. Okay, let's say something like that. Yeah. Again, you can study better the what's happening because this is gonna be a little bit unbalanced, but you can at home. So uniform, I'm gonna do this a bit smaller. Right now, I might almost turn off the background because I don't need much, but I'm gonna leave it here just in case some lines. And now you're gonna see why the background is really important. So now
I think you should do pop. Everybody loves pop in the comments.
They are. They're loving pop. Let's do pop.
let's do pop. I'm gonna do just 2 letters probably because I won't have time. But okay, so P. New layer, O. Gonna put this one in pink. Opa. And then I'm gonna duplicate this one. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is to duplicate each letter. Yeah. And now we're gonna group them together. So select one and then slide your pencil to the right, group, and then again, group. This is gonna be better for your brain to process things and layers and kind of keep it in order and all that. So now this is the first P. So I'm gonna turn off the second one. I keep looking there, I'm sorry. And then I'm gonna go up here.
So we are doing what we did before. We are distorting the letter to fit the front side of the box.
Exactly. So tap on distort, transform
You
tool,
should
and
maybe
distort.
remove the snapping.
Remove the snapping, correct. And then distort it. That's it. We got it. What happens with this kind of perspectives is that the front part and the part in the background is gonna be exactly the same because the angles are just gonna make it follow. Okay. When you do in the first, second, and third perspective, you're gonna have to distort each individual, like the first part and the 3D part. You're gonna have to distort it separately. But now, so
Should have duplicated it.
yeah, no, it's fine because I wanna go to the background. So the
okay.
person that asked, So now I'm gonna in the background, I'm gonna add a darker color, and then I'm gonna. You see the lines in the background. So let's turn off the O and the other. You see in the first box there is these lines in the background. Now I'm gonna put it here and here. Okay, I hope this was clear. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
think so.
I think
Okay.
so.
I think so, right? So
Yeah, I
now,
think so.
I'm gonna
it's,
join.
It's super simple, Jimbo. I mean, really, it's cool.
Yeah, there is no simpler way to do it. We really tried here. Huh?
So now we come with connecting the edges of the letters to create the effect of 3D.
So we connect the edges.
We are doing it in the same layer of the behind letter.
Yes, good to say this. Yeah. So remember each part, okay? Not even the ones that are super obvious, but also this here. Okay, and now if you want to drop a color inside, you can always turn the opacity down of the first letter. So now you have to close the space. And when I mean close the space, I mean going from here till down, and then dropping a color here, dropping a color here, dropping a color here. Okay, so something happened up there. I don't know what. I'm just going to erase it. Okay, so now we have this. Now bring back the opacity. I think, guys, I'm just going to play with one because there is no more time. But I'm just going to distort the O so you see what's happening, and that's it. So again, here, put the second layer onto another color. And then I'm going to finish this piece and post it on Instagram, that's for sure.
Awesome.
Then the O, you see, now just flip it like this, then go to distort. And again, just follow the corners in the boxes, done. And as we said before, do the same with the one in the background.
I think Els just said, why not distort it first and make a duplicate of it? I guess that's because you're probably used to do it in the different projections, are you? So you're...
No, I think that would be much simpler. And
no, yeah,
faster.
you can do it, but again, I'm doing it here because someone asked before, and also because in the other views, this is so in the axonometric views you can do it like that, but in the perspectives you cannot, because since there is different vanishing points, the box kind of distorts a lot, so you cannot use it the same in the back. So that's why I'm doing it here, just so you see the difference. But yeah, you're totally right.
Cool.
And again, just join this and this, done. Yeah. So I'm gonna turn this off for now, and I'm gonna add the shadows, which is probably the most overwhelming part that everyone asks for all the time. So now, okay, do we have 5 minutes?
Yeah, I'm all good so long as everyone else is. I'm good to stay for another 5. Be nice to see it more complete.
Thank you, and thanks for the patience, people. Okay, yeah, let's do this. So let's start with the lights. Normally, we could start with the shadows, but just so you see the brushes, let's start with the lights. So go to the 3D part, tap on plus, and now we have a new layer. Now tap on it, and tap on clipping mask. Okay. Now that we have a clipping mask, we can draw things on the shape without messing up other parts of the letter or the background, and everything is going to stay inside that shape. Okay, now select a lighter color, let's say a yellow or a white. What do we do in the shadows, huh? What do we do in the shadows exactly? That's a movie, no?
I think that's a movie, yeah.
Is that with the vampires? It is, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so here are my favorite brushes from this set. So corner lights and the mid lights. So we were thinking, how can we add things that, make it easy for people to add shadows without, So the mid lights are, as indicates the word, for the middle parts of the letter, and the corner lights are for the corners. So now I'm going to add a couple of those. So on the clipping mask, select the mid lights and stamp them. Okay, now you're going to see that there is this thing going on. Go to the transform tool and transform it and bring it, let's say, to the middle of the 3D part. Yeah?
Where you would assume the light is hitting, if we now assume that
really, exactly, yeah.
The light is in the upper right corner.
Yeah.
Cool.
So to make it easy, just don't think about much where it is coming from the left or from the right. Like some lights always look good whatever you put them, and this is not reality. So what I'm saying is that just place the mid lights in the middle of the letter and the corner lights in the corners. Just make it the easiest as possible for you. Now you have this here. Now I'm going to turn this letter a bit, and then I'm going to go down to warp and then down to advanced mesh. Now what I'm going to do is to mesh it around and just play with this a little bit.
So it matches the shape.
Boom, we have lights.
Awesome.
You see? La luz.
Yeah.
So now let's do the corner lights. Select the corner lights, select a new layer, put it into the clipping mask mode, and then stamp it. Now go to the transform tool, and now we're gonna do the same. Now you can tap on uniform, and then we're gonna rotate it. And right now I'm gonna flip it vertically. Okay, and now you see I wanna add this in this little corner. So I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger like this.
I think you're
Until it
blowing
touches-
everyone's mind, Jimbo, including mine.
Thanks. I hope it's easy because I couldn't
It's
find
easy.
any.
It's really easy.
I
It's
couldn't find
awesome. You
anything.
guys have done, honestly, you've done such a good job of making something which is really complex, really easy.
So this is the easiest way I found. So
Yeah, awesome.
we were checking, and this was like, okay, I think this. That's it.
Hopefully.
That's it. So okay, now we have brought this. You see this little corner down here? We brought it here in this corner. And now again, instead of the warp, go to the distort tool, and without the snapping tool, okay, the snapping tool should be off, and then grab one corner and just distort this here and distort this there, and just follow a little bit the shape of this.
The letter.
Now, if you wanna, for a better result, you can go to warp, advanced mesh, and just bring it to the corner. So it does this little rim light here.
Awesome.
And you got it.
I think this might actually be the favorite product of yours that you've made
wow.
for me, and which is saying something because they're all awesome, but this just absolutely is stunning.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I sort of mastered a little bit how to add the shadows and the lights, but I'm using these brushes constantly because sometimes I don't have time, and this is just
It's so easy.
It does a good job, you know.
Then you
Okay.
should also show them the corner lights and the flare. And
Yeah. So now you can add more. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can turn this off. You can do the same with the shadows, but from the other side. But
Mm.
now, just for the sake of the exercise, I'm gonna add a new clipping mask below that. And then with a darker color, I'm gonna go up to the selection tool. Again, there's gonna be a replay of that. So if you get lost, just come back. There's gonna be a replay, pause me, and just. And now go to the freehand. And now let's select pieces that you wanna shade. Okay, so I'm gonna select this piece down. And then I'm gonna go to the grain texturizers. You can go to the small one is my favorite. And then just texture this a bit. And then I'm just gonna also do a bit here and a bit here and just a tad here. Okay, so we have this. Now, do a new clipping mask on top of the first letter, and then we're gonna add some lights that are gonna be touching these rim lights that we have done. So these mid lights, I'm just gonna add a bit of yellow in these corners, because remember that an object in real life, the light touches the corner and then it spreads down and up. So the corners should be a bit more lit. So something like that. And then a bit here. Now we have this. And then lastly, you see, there's 3 steps for a 3D lighter. Now you go here. Now you select a white color. Go to the
rim light.
And add, you can see that this is kind of like a neon sort of blurry brush. Now,
so the corner of where the light touches the letter, the corner.
I'm gonna add one here. And one here. And one here, because we also should put some lights down here, but we didn't. but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna put it here.
Mm.
And now, let's say we turn off the box. And then I'm gonna change the background color. So you see a little bit more of this contrast. And then, now that we have this, I'm gonna duplicate this slide. I'm gonna go up to a new option that Procreate has for like a few months now, bloom. And then I'm gonna make this just bloom a little.
With burn.
Yeah,
Nice.
Let's make it a little bit burn. And now, once we have this, we go to the modes, and we can just add the mode we like the most. I like this one, for example, and that's it.
Nice.
Then on top of that, there is a couple more textures that you could include. For example, now let's put it here, just so you see it. But like we could do a little bit of, let's say, if we bring this to the middle, we have this here. So we could put a bit of a rusty sponge.
I mean, like an overall texture.
Like an overall texture, exactly. So an overall texture of like a kind of like an old sponge here. Then on top, we could add with the white color a little bit of wood scratches. So it looks also like a little
awesome.
Bit worn off. We can just bring the opacity down, play with modes again. And then you can as well add a lens flare. So you go up here on a new layer and then add a lens flare here, maybe one here. Okay. And then, I don't know, can we add something else? No, I think that's all right. Well, there's a fun brush that we gave as a freebie, and we wanted to include it here. It's called the Shatter Glass. So you go here, and then you can add this sort of
opacity, yeah,
and then you can play with modes. Bring the opacity down. And whatever, you can just play around with it a bit. But I'm going to turn it off now. You also have a neon tube that you can also use. But that's another lesson for another day. So you can also use this. Yeah.
Wow, Jimbo, my mind is absolutely well and truly blown by that. That's brilliant. Well done.
Done.
Well done. Just stunning.
Oh,
yeah,
so
just so stunning. I think everyone's similar reactions from everyone in the chat who are like, wow. To be able to do that in that amount of time so simply is just incredible. So yeah, well done.
Yeah, so
Nailed
I think yeah, totally. The guides are gonna, help you do any kind of word in any kind of perspective. And the texture brushes are just, we try to nail it down to feel, to see, what could be the easiest for you to use. And I think we got somewhere that won't overwhelm you, because sometimes, like, especially after we did so many brushes, sometimes you need to kind of keep it down and be smart about it, and just
and maybe like in the beginning you get a bit overwhelmed by like the amount of the product, but then like if you see like everything makes sense and we guide you step by step, and exactly we also want to know and see what you do with it, so it feels like, did we do our job right? Did we manage to give the knowledge
exactly
in
so
the right way?
If you've done something, or you now know how to do these things, remember that, I don't know, you can send it. If you have any question, you can also reach us out at info@shoutbam.com. You can find that in our website. If something is missing in the pack, or there is a little mistake here and there, we would appreciate you massively to tell us, because
I've already reached out to the customer service team, and they're already on it, Jimbo. They're sorting it out. They're going to reach out to you and sort it out ASAP. So we're already on it. So
great,
it's all good.
Great.
It's all good. And
so,
yeah, I'd love to see anything anyone creates with this pack. I'd love to see it in our community hub. Anyone who hasn't been to our community hub, there's thousands of designers there. Really positive place to share your work, or pop it on Instagram, link it up. Give Jimbo some love and Taya, so that they can see the amazing work that you create with that. And I'd love to see it too, because it's
yeah. And we can, if you tag us, we're gonna share it. We're gonna, whatever you need, we're gonna be there. And thank you so much for, I don't know,
Yeah.
for being here. There's 200 of you here, so I'm so happy.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome, man. It's really awesome.
And also there is a new pack that we are working on already. So
Yeah, I look forward to seeing that
So,
one. Yeah, I've heard all about it.
yeah, it's not gonna be that long.
Cool.
Gonna be a smaller bag.
Maybe 1 a year, but yeah, you know, these packs take a lot of mental toll. So yeah.
For sure.
Nothing, people. We'll see you around. Thank you for being here. Thanks,
Thank
Matt, for
you.
hosting us.
We had
Thank
a
you
You're
so
awesome.
great
much, everyone.
time.
Thanks so much for coming. It's lovely to see
And
everyone.
also-
Lovely to see you guys.
Thanks, Matt, for all the help, because it's been incredible. So thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. You guys do all the hard work. I just pop my nose in every now and again to see how you're doing. And help
Thank
out
you
a
so
bit.
much.